What's up you guys, welcome to another Python tutorial, and in this tutorial I'm going to teach you how to create a class, and I'm also going to teach you how to play with it. So the syntax for a class is basically this. It is pretty straightforward. So just type class, and this is literally it. You're saying to Python, you're telling a Python, hey Python, I'm creating a class right now. Let's call our class CS, and that stands for computer science, because that's where you're learning. And let's create a method real quick, and let's define it first. Let's call it add1. And see, as soon as I created this method, PyCharm automatically passed in self here. So whatever you do within a class, as soon as you define a method, pass in self. This is just saying to Python that, hey, we are dealing with stuff that are in a class, not outside of a class. So if that was outside of a class, you wouldn't have to put the self. But yeah, you're in a class, so you put a self. And then what you want to do is just say, well, first let's create a variable here and set it equal to 0 so we can play with it. And what do we want? We want to self dot mo, and you want to add one to mo, and let's put some space. So what this method is going to do, every time you call this method, is going to add 1 to mo. And let's create another method that will return the value. So let's call it get v, and that stands for return the value. As soon as I do that, PyCharm automatically created pass self as an argument, as you guys already know, because we are in classes right now. Let's see, we want to return self.mo. Easy enough. Now we want to access this class, and the way to access this class is not like by just typing CS or something like that. The way to access class is by creating an object. And what an object is going to do is going to allow you to access these methods right here. So let's create an object real quick. So let's say object mo, set it equal to the name of the class, which is CS, and put that, don't forget that, and use the object. Now from now on, all you have to do is use the object. So use the object, which is object mo, and put dot, and use the method add1. And then after that, print it out, object mo dot get v, which is get the value. So what this is going to do is, let me just run it real quick. Oh, I have the wrong configuration. So this is the right one. Run it. So it gave me 1. So what happened is this. We created a class named CS, and we created a variable named mo and set it equal to 0. And what we did is we created a method called add1, and we created another method called getV, which is get value. And every time we call this method, it's going to add 1 to mo. And now mo is 0, but we called it once, so it added 1 to mo. And then we called this method, and it returned the value of mo, which is 1. So what if we called it multiple times and run it? Now it's 4, because we called it 1, 2, 3, and 4, and it returned the value. So this is your quick tutorial on how to create a class, and also how to create an object to enable you to access these specific methods in that class. Guys, in the next tutorial, I'm going to teach you a bunch of other stuff about classes, so stay tuned because it's going to be great. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you next time.